Hungarian-Chinese relations were good in the history and also in the last, let's say, 10 years since the Belt and Road Initiative was launched. The term all-weather strategic comprehensive partnership means that the two countries has more in common and that they want to enhance and embolden their relationship.
A different angle, another perspective, insightful talks, China trends, staying updated on the latest news and events in China.
Yes, it was very important that President Xi visited after a long period Europe, and then he visited 3 countries like France, Serbia and Hungary. But Hungary was among the 3 countries, and it's very important. It underlines the importance of Chinese-Hungarian relations, not only economic relations, but also political and diplomatic relations. So it was very important, it's not only for Hungary, but also for the region of Central Eastern Europe. Hungarian-Chinese relations were good in the history and also in the last, let's say, 10 years since the Belt and Road Initiative was launched. And there were several high-level meetings. For instance, last October, as Prime Minister Orbán visited the 10th anniversary of Belt and Road Initiative in Beijing. And then that soon after, President Xi came to Europe and then to Hungary. The term all-weather strategic comprehensive partnership means that the two countries has more in common and that they want to enhance and embolden their relationship. Yes, Hungary was the first country to recognize the new China 75 years ago, and Hungary was also the first country to enter the Belt and Road Initiative from this region and from Europe. So that underlines and shows the relationship, the long-term relationship between Hungary and China in the last 75 years. And as Hungary was in the past time first to recognize it, it was renewed. That is a new impetus to the relations 10 years before, as this Belt and Road Initiative was launched. So Hungary is not only in the past but also in the present partner of China, and sees China as an economic partner and also a partner for promoting peace in the world, especially with the Brazilian-Chinese peace proposal or the peace proposal of President Xi, and of course the new partners or friends of peace in the UN summit this September. That means Hungary sees this relationship not only as a historical, but as a present and a very important one. In the last, let's say, 10 years, the relationship developed in a very impressive way. It started with small projects. Hungary was among the first countries to host Chinese institutions, as there was, for instance, the Bank of China regional office, the clearinghouse for the Bank of China for this region, or even the China Center for Tourism for the region. I think economic relations were very stable, very profound, and they developed even more. And especially since the state visit of President Xi this year in Hungary, many more projects were introduced. And Hungary can be seen as a role model or a best practice for Central Eastern European countries. If they cooperate with China, if they are on the side of connectivity instead of decoupling or de-risking, then they can benefit on a mutual beneficial basis from the trade with China and with Southeast Asia. The Belt and Road Initiative can be seen as a global project to promote cooperation among nations and also to help mankind to face the common challenges in this new era. And this Belt and Road Initiative can help to promote wealth, prosperity, and even, it's very important, to face climate change. With Chinese technology, we can develop our countries and we can also face these common threats for mankind. For instance, with the green technology from China, electric vehicles or solar panels or other renewable technology, we can face climate change and in a mutual beneficial way, that we buy equipment from China, get a better environment, better living conditions, and also the Belt and Road Initiative can help to interactivity. Hungary sees lots of benefits out of this project, as it was not only first to participate, but Hungary has many suggestions. And I think the Chinese side is open for good projects, for good suggestions, and there is a long list of such projects. And this Belt and Road is not only for Hungary, it's from the port of Piraeus, and it goes through Duisburg in Germany, the biggest domestic port, connecting the big European rivers of Rhine, of Danube, and even the Main. And of course there are also other projects like the rail, the China-Europe Rail Express, and now I see that around 100,000 trains started in the last 10 years from China to Europe, providing European consumer and European companies with affordable and high-quality Chinese goods and equipment. As I told, that Hungary is a role model or the best practice for Central Eastern European Chinese cooperation. We can see the growing share of Chinese direct investments in Hungary as also an example, a good example, how Europe and China can cooperate. Political stability, I think, is one precondition. Second, the openness, the policy of connectivity, that Chinese investors can see that Hungarian government is interested in a long-term return of their investments. But this is the benefit for Hungary, to get these manufacturing jobs, which is very important, as we see that without manufacturing, one country can't prevail. Hungary will be in some years, with the investment of BID, for instance, one of the few countries in the European Union which will be able to produce more than 1 million cars a year. And almost half of them, or in some years more of them, of electric vehicles. So that means Chinese direct investment helps us to maintain manufacturing base in Hungary and to keep up with big European nations. And very important is that the Chinese investments are balanced. We are an entering point for Chinese tourists to Europe. They can also stay in Hungary for some days going further, which also can to promote Hungarian tourism. And there are plenty of other issues. For instance, Hungary will be the fulfillment center, a regional fulfillment center for Chinese online shops, delivering the orders for Central Eastern European consumer made on Chinese online shops to fulfill these orders. And this also helps to create jobs in Hungary, and most importantly, to create added value. I think many Europeans want to see with their own eyes how Asia is, not to get a picture by the mass media, especially disinformation by the globalist media, mainstream media, but to get a first-hand impression. And as we have that many connecting direct flights from Budapest, 10 right now, to several Chinese cities, I think there is also plenty of chances for Hungarians or people from the region to go to China and see the country by themselves, by their own eyes, and to have these visa acceptations, and that it's easier to enter the country for tourist reasons. I think it will enhance people-to-people exchange and also professional exchange. It's very important to see that for professionals, if they go to China for study tours or in cooperation with their Chinese counterparts, it's easier to enter the country. And also China can benefit from this travel, because more people, more tourists means more touristic income. The touristic facilities will be improved. And I think also for the Chinese people, if they have exchange with European, Hungarian, Central Eastern European people, they also get new impressions, new ideas, which can lead to even more better products or better ideas and a broader choice of ideas, which is useful for them. We went to the city of Chongqing, which is the starting point of the China-Europe Railway Express, and we saw the starting point, the 0-kilometer stone where the trains starts to Europe. It was very impressive to see that some 8,000 kilometers away there is the assembly plant, and then there are these logistic hubs for collecting the goods and preparing the goods for the shipment to Europe. And we had the chance to visit several places in Chongqing, the technical university. We visited in the city a logistic hub and a robotic company which is dealing with the 21st century's technology to produce robots which can take over dangerous job of people in dangerous environments. We visited this robotic enterprise, and it was only one among plenty in a whole neighborhood of digital industry enterprises. It was like development park for digital enterprises, and it was impressive to see how many people, how many engineers and how many companies there are working on the future. And we hope that it will be a shared future for mankind in a new era.